So in the last video, we understood about the routing and we created a routing for the login endpoint. Now let's add the functionality of our login endpoint and let's create a model for it. In a NoSQL, generally the collection which we call is a data, it's a table for the SQL database. Okay, so there is a terminology I will explain you once I will create the model for the user collection. Okay, user dot models, yeah, model dot ts, oh not js. So this is a user.model.js file, and inside this model we're going to create a new collection, which means new table, that will be a user table. Okay, so just know this thing that in a NoSQL generally we call the table as a collection. So from now onward I will tell you user collection. Okay, the first thing we have to do is we have to import the Mongoose package. So here I imported the Mongoose package. Same thing we have to do here, and in the Mongoose we have a schema method. Okay, so we have a schema method. So let me create a schema method object with help of the mongoose dot schema. Okay, so with help of this schema we will going to create a structure of our collection. Like in a SQL table you will find that we have a column name, right? So the column here in a NoSQL we call those column as a field. So like I will just let me tell you, column in a NoSQL we call the field, and the row in a SQL, here in a NoSQL we call it as a document. Okay, so we're going to create a structure of the document, I mean for a row. Okay, so in a one row what are the thing we will going to have on our user table, we are going to specify over here. So now you know the terminology on NoSQL, that we have a field, document and the collection. So let's move further. So we're going to create a collection. The name of the collection will going to be a user, and we are going to create it using the Mongoose, and this schema method will going to take a object, and in the object we have to provide the structure. So to provide a field like the column name, what we generally do, we create a key. The key will going to be is a mobile number. Mobile number will going to be a key. Okay, and this is a first column of our user collection, you can think about that. And here we can provide the type. Type is a data type, so like it will be a string, number or what, so that is a type. And here we can provide some validation also, like it will be required or not. So if it is required, then you have to put required as a true. And once, like if we will try to create a new document on a user collection, and if we will not provide the mobile number, then automatically this Mongoose will going to throw an error if we put the required as a true. For our case mobile number is required, that's why I'm putting the validation rule that mobile number should be available while creating the row, the first row of the user collection, not the first row, all the rows when we create. Okay, and yeah, the second validation will going to be a unique. So mobile number should be unique all the time. Okay, and what about the other field? As of now I don't think so we need a other field, like we just need a mobile number from the front end. You saw the login bottom sheet, and on that we just need a mobile number as of now. So this is kind of a schema, a structure for our user collection. So it is a user collection, and this is a first row structure, that in the row we just have one column, mobile number. Okay, so that's it, that's the schema. And after creating a schema, we have to export this thing with help of the module.exports. Just we exported the routes. Similarly, we have to export it using the mongoose.model. We have to provide the collection name and the schema name we just created. I don't know why it's throwing error. Let me check. Oh, I always forgot to add a equal to sign. Okay, so now it is exported, and now we can use it in our login routes. First we have to import it like const user, and it will be require provide the path of the model name /model, okay, /model. The path you have to provide user.model, and we have the user model imported in our login.js file. And now inside this login endpoint, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a condition. Okay, you know to how to make a query to the database, right? So it is a user schema. Okay, and now it's a Mongoose user schema, so we will get a set of functionality over here like user. So whenever we will hit this login endpoint, basically it's a login/endpoint. I show you the example. This is a login/endpoint, right? So when we will hit this login/endpoint, then first we will check that in a user collection, do we have that mobile number already available? So there is a thing like whenever we will hit the button on the front end, okay, in an app, on a login or a sign up button, that is the same button. Okay, so first we will going to make a query on a database that mobile exists on a database or not. If that mobile number is already exists in our database, then we have to do the login. Okay, and if that mobile is not existed in that database, which means that we have to first register the user, and after registering the user, we have to put the data into the database and return back the JWT token. So this is the criteria. If the mobile number exists, which means we have to log in a user. If mobile number not exists, we have to register a new user. Okay, so here we have to write a condition called find one. Okay, and this is like a query. Okay, like a database query. In a database query, what you provide, this find one method will take an object. In the object, and this is the first object where we have to put the query detail, and after this object it will return a callback method. Okay, so the first thing is the object, the set of query detail will going to we have to put inside here, and after this thing the query will run, it will return a callback method. Inside the callback method, we have to perform the logic which we wanted to do if the validation is true. Okay, so how we will going to write a query in the object? So here what we have to do, that in a user model, what we have the mobile number, so we can make a query with help of the mobile number only. So this is the mobile number. Okay, so in a user object we have the mobile number, and we are going to make the query with help of that. So this is the mobile number from the database. Okay, so all the row in a database of the user collection, we will going to make a query, and this is a request parameter, and in the request generally we will going to send the data from the front end to the back end. Okay, I will show you the example, but let me just use this request, and in the request I'm going to use the request dot body. Generally in our post method we send something from the front end to the back end in a body parameter. So in a body, we will going to send the mobile number. Okay, I will show you that how it will going to happen in a postman. Okay, just wait. So this is a kind of query for us. Okay, we are making a query. If the mobile number of database is same the mobile number which we are sending from the front end, then we will going to do something. Okay, so here we have error. This callback method will, the first thing will be error, and second thing will going to be a result. Okay, so the first thing we have to do, if we have error, then just return response dot status code like 403 or something. So you should know about some status code as well. Okay, and I will going to return a JSON status code along with that will be a status only, not a status code. Status dot JSON some method that just send something, just send some message like something error happen. Okay, so this is a kind of error we have to handle. It happened, I guess misspell, just don't worry about it. So if we have error, just return 403 status code with some JSON response that something error happened. If we don't have any error, then we are going to write a else condition. Inside the else condition, first we will going to check this result. So if this query is successful, so in the result we will get some object. Okay, we will get the exact object. So suppose in the collection we had one row, and that row have the mobile number which we sent from the back from the front end. So in the result we will get the data, I mean, of that particular row. So here we can write a condition. If result is not equal to null, which means that mobile number exists in a database, then here we have to perform the login. But if, I mean, in the else condition, if result is null, then we have to perform the register operation. Okay, so as of now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just console log the thing, and I will show you in a postman that how it will look like. Login console log register. Okay, I will going to hit the save, and at the last I should return something from this else condition also. So suppose if else condition will, I mean, we don't need to write this else condition. If error happened, then generally return it. Okay, and at last I'm going to return something, return 200, or we don't need to write the status code for 200. I will show you everything, just give me some time. Very good. If error will not happen to, okay, so we don't need to worry about the, I need to format it prettier. Okay, so this is a kind of logic. Okay, and I will just going to demonstrate it in here in a postman. I'm going to add a request. That request will going to be a login/signup request. Okay, and it will going to be a post method. As I told, it will going to be a http://localhost/, I mean, we have to provide a port number as well. It's 3000 port. Let me first check the gate is working fine or not. If gate will work, then it's good. Yeah, gate is working. We are able to get a message which we added in the index.js file for the /API endpoint. Okay, now let's post the login endpoint. As I told, in a body we will going to provide the mobile number. That's why we use the request dot body dot mobile number. So how we will send it from the postman? So just go on a body, just go on the raw, instead of the text use the JSON, and here you just have to write the JSON data. The name will going to be a mobile number, okay, and okay, it should be a JSON format. I'm going to put a mobile number 123456, okay, and let me hit the send, and cannot read property of undefined. We're getting this kind of error from the backend. Okay, if it will hit our /login, then login hit console log we will going to send. Okay, so let me go it again, because we are doing a development. Login hit was happened, and here we are getting error that mobile number is undefined. So let's see in a request.body, okay, what we are getting. So I will going to console log the request.body as well, and if I will hit it again, then it is undefined. But why? Oh, in an index.js file we should add a middleware. Okay, so as of now what we are doing, we are parsing the JSON data, right? And the backend is not able to understand the JSON data correctly. Okay, to parse the JSON data we need to use a middleware. Okay, so there is middleware, like I will explain you, like I will put that middleware app dot use. Actually this is a JSON data, okay, and backend is not able to understand the JSON data as of now. We have to use one middleware to understand the JSON data, that is express.json. Okay, so this is a middleware, and if I will hit the save again, and if I will try it again, I think it will work. But let's, yeah, it work. Yeah, because of we forgot to add this middleware, this backend server is not able to parse this JSON data. Okay, so it's a JSON format, and backend is not able to understand what we are sending from the front end or from the postman. So that's why when we log earlier we got the undefined, but now we got the exact body which we are sending from the postman. Okay, so here we are sending this body, and when I log this body, then you will find that here I have logged the request.body, and we got the exact object, the exact JSON object which we sent from the postman. Okay, so as I already told that whenever we wanted to send from the front end, we have to send it in a HTTP post body, and we will get it, and we will going to access it like this. Okay, so then it will going to make a query on a database on a user collection, and after making a query on a user collection, if we get some error, then we will send response.json. Okay, that something error is happened, and if the result, okay, so right now we console log the register. Okay, why we console log it? Because the result is currently null, because there is no data 123456, there is no mobile number 123456 available on the database. That's why we got the register console log over here. So here now we have to implement the this whole logic that if there is no data, we have to register a user. If there is data, then we have to register, do the login. Okay, and this video is already large. Let's do it in a next video. I make the video very small because it's easy to edit. it's really easy for me to edit those smaller video. Okay, so thank you all, see you on the next video, and let's complete this register and login thing. Okay, thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe the channel, like the video and share the video. It will highly motivate me.